questions I get from my mum every single time I speak to her on the phone in the UK. Christopher, why on earth do you feel the need to go jumping into enclosures with devils when they can take your fingers off? Are you completely and utterly stupid? There is a reason for it. Today, Maverick's girlfriend is of course sitting in bed, and when they breed, they're not too interested in food. For that reason, Maverick's got no one to do this: pull, tug, use these jaws and teeth. For that reason, I'm going to be the tuggy toy. I'm going to replace the other devil for the moment. And of course, this keeps my devils nice, fit, happy and healthy. The trouble is, guys, that of course my mum's next good question is, can you not wear a chain metal glove when you poke your fingers near their mouths? There's not a lot of point. Ladies and gentlemen, he's more than capable of biting through even some of the strongest chain mesh we develop for sharks. So of course, not an awful lot of points. It begs the question, why does such a small creature at 9.5 kilograms need the bite force of an African hyena? Well, he's two things out in the bush. Maverick is a combination of a scavenger and a predator. As a scavenger, he doesn't just eat the nice juicy bits, but devils eat everything. Fur, fluff, skin and bone. You can't eat bone without a good set of teeth. Some people have cats bigger than this though, but they don't eat bone, especially not ones the size of this. So of course, it begs the question, he's small, why does he need it? Devils have huge appetites. Each one is actually more than capable of eating a third of their own body weight and doing it in half an hour, 30 minutes. Now Maverick weighs 9.5 kilograms, so you're looking 3 to 3.5 kilograms of raw meat in 30 minutes this animal can consume. For that reason, there's a few rules you've got to follow. The first rule, you really can't be too picky about what you're going to eat. Everything's going down exactly the same way. Fur, fluff, skin and bone, all included. The other rule, ladies and gentlemen, you can't share your food. You might have noticed occasionally he lets out a few noises at me. One of them's "arr," that means back off. The other one is a constant, but rather reliable. You hear that going? It's like I was going to sneeze. It's actually the politest noise in the devil world. And devils have in total 11 different vocalisations to mean exactly the same thing. Back off, mine, not yours. Selfish it may be, but devils don't split their food with anybody. With their family, with their friends, with their relatives. A female devil will raise its young for 9 to 10 months, but after that, babies are on their own. They will treat their sons, they will treat their daughters exactly the same way they would do any other rival. It's a very short-lived term of friendship and family in devils, but if you're going to eat a third of your body weight and you do that in half an hour, you can't split it with anybody else. Ladies and gentlemen, it sounds unfair, sounds mean, but they have to be to survive in the wild. So, scavenging, eating everything for yourself, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pretty brutal world for devils, but they're not just scavengers. Now, to give you guys a bit of a proportion, by the way, some of you are thinking, I could eat 3 to 3.5 kilograms of raw meat in half an hour. Give me a good barbecue, I'll give it a go. If you could, I'd be impressed, but if you can, you don't weigh 9 to